was actually in Washington at the time, and I had to do a lot online, and so using the CLU job posting site, and also general sites, and so I ended up coming to a job on a general job website, and was able to apply for the position in California while I was in Washington. So the internet was definitely very big for me.
Well, after I graduated, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, so I figured I'd stick around CLU a little longer and do my master's, and why not work here since I'm already going to be here every day for class. So I started looking for jobs on campus, and within a few months I landed my job in the registrar's office.
It was a little rocky at first. I had some contacts through family friends, and I thought I was just going in for an informational meeting, and then they called me back to offer me a job, and this was before graduation, so I'm like freaking out. I don't have a job lined up. Should I take this? It sounds horrible, making 80 phone calls a day just to hear no. So I went to Career Services, and they helped me out with my resume and cover letter and what kinds of things I might be looking for and what I should be asking for.
I went to the career fair on campus. I was, kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't really know. I printed up a bunch of resumes and went and kind of put myself out there, and it worked out.
It took me about 3 weeks. My full-time job after graduation was to go on interviews and apply for jobs, and I probably went on about 20 interviews before I accepted this position.
Luckily, it only took me about 3 months. I graduated in May, and I was working full-time.
It took a couple months. I was pretty lucky.
It took me about 6 months to find my first job. A lot of that because I went back to help my mom at our family business back in Washington. So it definitely made it a little more difficult in some ways because I was in kind of an area where there's not a lot of opportunities. So doing everything almost via satellite in a sense.
I had worked on campus in the undergraduate admission office before I graduated, and so everyone who came in and out kind of knew me, and so when I went to a new office it was really difficult. I found to meet people. I thought, well, I'm the new girl, everyone's going to want to know who I am. So that was really an adjustment, but I made brownies and left them on my desk for people to come meet me.
The commuting was so difficult. I think when you look at certain trips on a map, you think, oh, that's doable. In Southern California, it is definitely difficult.
I think coworker relations are definitely something that has been a whole new experience for me. When you work part-time or with other people your age, it's often more casual and easy to get along with people, but when you're working 40 hours a week with the same group of people, you really have to work on communication, making sure that you're working effectively with each other, and you're often dealing with different generations who communicate differently and handle information differently. So it's been a really interesting process of learning how to get used to the new environment, and I hope I'm successful at it by now after 2.5 years, so it's been a really great learning experience.
Quit my job and move to New York. Yeah.
It was actually a little higher. I had met with Career Services, and they said, don't take anything less than this. So they actually offered me $2,000 more than what I was expecting, so that was nice.
To be honest, I didn't really have any expectations. I was just, really eager to find a job. I just wanted something that was full-time, that had benefits, and so yeah, it was good. It was, a salary.
Actually, it was better, and got a promotion a lot earlier than I thought, and raised with that, so I was pretty fortunate.
It's funny because you grow up having sort of expectations of your lifestyle and what kind of life you want to live, and you may be growing up with what you're used to, thinking you're going to have the same lifestyle as your parents did, but they worked long and hard before they had kids often to have that lifestyle. So, it's a bit of an awakening to have, the money coming in that you think is going to cover certain things, and it doesn't always cover those things. So it's learning how to adjust and live a comfortable life and live within your means at any pay rate. So just expect maybe less than you're used to and work your way up.
Hi, my name is Cindy Lewis. I'm the Director of Career Services here at Cal Lutheran University, and I am also an alumni. one thing to keep in mind is typically you're not going to graduate and end up in your dream job. Our hope is that at least when you graduate, you end up in some type of position that relates to what you want to do in the future. So for instance, if you're interested in marketing or you're interested in finance, we would want you in some type of marketing or finance position. Now, it may be a low-paying job, the commute may not be great, but this would be where your expectations have to be in the right place. You should stay there probably a year to 3 years. Give it your best, and from there you'll move on to better positions with higher pay and better commutes. As an alumni, you have career services for life at no charge. You can come in for resume, cover letter reviews, career counseling. We also offer workshops and events. If you're going in for an interview, we can do mock interviews. We do that in person, over the phone. We can also assist you quite a bit via email. If you ever have just a question on an application, you can always send us an email. If you're in a position after a couple years and you're trying to get a raise, review, or move to another position, we can assist you with more career management issues. Or if you're having conflicts with your supervisors or in the job, we can also assist you with those types of issues. Two events you're going to want to put on your calendar right away are our upcoming Career Expo, which is April 7th. It'll be outside in the flagpole areas. Usually there's approximately 40 to 50 employers there. And they are recruiting for interns and full-time positions. But also it's important for you to go up to the employers and let them know what you're interested in, because even if they're not recruiting for the position that you're interested in, they can bring your resume back to that department, and that can be a good lead into the company. So definitely April 7th, put that on your calendar. April 5th, 2 days prior, on a Tuesday at 5:30 to 7 in the Roth Nelson Room, we are having an event where a local employer will facilitate a workshop to help you prepare for the Career Expo, because it's a great opportunity where all these employers are going to be right here on campus. So it's important to have a number of resumes and be prepared when the employer asks you, what are you interested in?
Looking for companies that you value, that you are a customer of, and that's where you can start a search and kind of see if there's any openings there or at other companies that do similar things, because it's important to care about the product that you're selling or the service that you're giving.
It's okay if you don't know exactly what you want to do, if you don't, find your dream job right away, or if you don't even know exactly what you want to be doing. I mean, just kind of take this time and find something. You might not end up sticking with it for the rest of your life, but every job you take will give you some experience and help you figure out what you really want to do in the long run.
Be prepared to be organized from the outset. That's very helpful. I think even in creative positions, being organized can really help out when you're kind of struggling to find your place both socially and in your profession. I think it's great to have that base level of organization established.
Perfect. Go with your gut. Your first job offer sounds like it's so exciting, and you may be getting a little nervous about landing a job at all. So go with your gut. If it doesn't feel right, if you need some advice, career services or family and friends can help you with that. Weigh the pros and cons of all of your offers, and
I think just have an open mind.